You know, we still have a P5G demo to do. So I'm thinking, since you've challenged me to do a wireless LAN deployment in 5 minutes, I'm not going to challenge you.
Uh-oh, okay. So what Christina knows that the audience will probably love here is that from a time perspective, this is probably one of our riskiest demos. So I'm going to go ahead and kick something off before even explaining it. I have a ton of confidence that this thing is just going to hum and work the exact way we expect it to, but I wanted to start that and then explain what I was doing. So ultimately, what you saw me do here is come over to Stranger Thrones, kick off the deployment step. In the background of what's going on in the deploy is a lot of complicated things that for me, as a WLAN background engineer, ultimately are things that I don't understand in any way, shape, or form. But as I'm talking here, all of it's getting deployed and making sure that everything's good to go. Now, before this whole thing, I set up the Ted Banks network to give you a quick view of how simple it would be to bring up a core. As we go into the workflow here, it's as simple as setting a network name and a location. Everybody can do that. I reserve a set of VLANs that the cores are going to interact on. So if you know how to do VLANs, you got that part down. As we come into the configuration of the PLMN, you just have to do mobile country code and mobile network codes, which are actually just lookups that you can find anywhere. And then as we come over to configure radios, I imagine this like the IPs that we set on our gateways or controllers, simply a way that our radios can talk back to our core. As you can see, simple as VLAN, subnet, and then declare a set of IPs to be assigned there. Coming over to the services, these are kind of like our networks, our SSIDs, if you want to imagine it that way. I give it a name, I give it a particular network that it's going to exit the core on, and then over on the right side, what I'm doing is assigning all the different parameters for those clients that will attach to that P5G network. I can also come down here and add a service if I so choose, but for the demo, we won't. And then what I've got is essentially the onboarding of these core devices. I have to go grab the serials off the boxes, paste them in here, easy to do as well. And that's it. I just went through the whole entire configuration of bringing up a new core for a private 5G network. So really exciting capability there.
That was simple and straightforward, Miles. But I see an HPE Discover 2025 there. Can you dive into that a little bit more?
I sure can. So while we're waiting just a little bit more time for this thing to deploy, I'm going to go ahead and drill into the HPE Discover network. So our TMEs have been hard at work, not only deploying our Wi-Fi 7 700 series enterprise WLAN network around here, which you all are attached to, but also deploying a P5G network to go along with it. So this is something really exciting. You can see quite a bit of traffic pumped through this, 78 gigs, as well as 3 gigs uplink, and all types of other information just giving me the overall health of the environment. If I click over here on radio statuses, I can get a quick view of what's going on with the radios.
Wow, Miles. So here's the thing. I've seen Wi-Fi 7 APs all over the place, but where exactly are these 5G radios?
Really good question. So up on the screen, you can see 3 different radios that we've got. For somebody over there, you might reach under your seat and find one of them. Please don't disconnect it. Over here in this area, in this general space, we've got the showcase, and there's 2 radios over there. Interesting thing about this, I was talking to Pragadesh, one of my good friends that have set up this entire thing, I'm sure with other folks, and he was telling me that they brought up the first radio here, and it actually covered enough that he could connect from anywhere in the Discover area. So
wow, that's
really exciting.
A lot of coverage.
Lot of coverage, and the 2 other were just added for the simple reason of making sure we've got more capacity. So coming over to the monitoring KPIs, again, robust information to be able to understand exactly what's happened in the last 3 hours, 6 hours, and so on and so forth. I could scroll down here, all types of graphs telling me what's going on. Service profiles, just for a quick learning moment here, is the ability to kind of like slice those particular networks into different segments, as well as provide some other service details. I do want to kind of show how clients connect if you want to use that language, right? So over here in the subscribers pane, you can see that we've got all types of clients. The first thing I do want to talk about, though, quickly is how we add a particular SIM or the identity in which these devices join the network. So if I come over here and look at single SIM, this is how I could just add one, or I come over and I do multiple SIMs and I could upload them as a CSV. I also have all types of clients here in which are connected to the network, right? I've got cameras, I've got our BR150 bridge, which is essentially our way to be able to connect remote sites over 5G. I've got iPads, I've got even some of the attendees that have signed up to be connected to this. So really exciting capabilities across the board. Now, I noticed in this little pop-up,
I was
we had a
wondering,
thing.
Miles.
I know. I think we did it. So if I come over here, Stranger Thrones successfully deployed
Perfect.
under 5 minutes. I think I met your challenge.
That you did. Excellent job, Miles.